Welcome to Wannabe Clutter-Free, formerly Wannabe Minimalist, the podcast for busy families who are tired of the chaos, fed up with being overwhelmed, and ready to enjoy life again. Each week, we talk about how to let go of the clutter so that you can focus on the things that actually matter. And it's not just physical clutter. We talk about the mental and emotional stuff too, because if it's holding you back, it's time to ditch it. I share what I've done in my own life to declutter, organize, and calm the chaos, but you won't just hear it from me. There are amazing guests too. It's practical, doable, and simple for those of us that want to be clutter-free. Welcome to the Wannabe Minimalist Show, episode number 15. I am really excited to talk about today's topic. What topic, you ask? Well, if you did not see the title, we are going to discuss how to create a simplified, minimalist wardrobe. And don't worry, it will not be cookie cutter or boring because it will be based on your personal style. Welcome back, friend. I'm thrilled you are joining me today on the Wannabe Minimalist Show. I'm your host, Deanna Yates. Today, we are talking all about your wardrobe and how to create a minimalist capsule based on your personal style. Can I let you in on a little secret? Of course I can. We're friends, right? I want to let you into my closet and tell you about how my style has changed over the years. Hopefully, this will help you determine what works best for you based on what you like and not what others say you should like. Now, I would not say that I am inherently a fashionista, but that does not mean that I'm not stylish. My style is just more classic and less trendy. But growing up, I really struggled to find what fit me best, as people seemed to make me feel like my classic style was boring. And it probably didn't help that my older sister was super into fashion, always on trend, and I looked up to her. I mean, honestly, she always looked amazing, and still to this day, really has a great way with clothes. So instead of finding my own style, it really morphed based on where I lived. And I've lived a lot of places, so it has changed a lot. I grew up in Southern California, and in high school, my style was everywhere. I was a cheerleader, so one day a week I had to wear my cheer uniform. But other than that, I experimented with grunge, ska, and dressing like Cher from Clueless. I've totally dated myself, but that's true. And I told you it was all over the place. Then I went to college in Texas, and I had the classic college slacker style, jeans, baggy sweatshirts, things like that. It probably didn't help that I had the additional college weight on as well, but that's another story. From there, I've lived in the Midwest. I've done a lot of cardigans, florals, and that stuff is not bad, but really it wasn't me. Then I lived in the big city, Chicago, and that's really where I had a lot of fun with my style in my 20s. I dressed up a lot. We went out a lot. We had a really good time living downtown, and my style definitely benefited from it. After that, though, we moved to Boulder, and oh gosh, this was probably my worst fashion phase. I was working, starting a company, a tech startup, and so I dressed like all the guys around me. I wore graphic tees, I wore t-shirts, I wore street shoes, which aren't always bad, but the style I had was really bad. And honestly, Boulder is known as the city with the people that look the best naked, but with the worst style or something, like the worst dressed, but look the best naked. And it really rings true. So that was kind of my style slump. Then we moved back to Chicago, picked up a little bit, but really it was when we lived in Europe about a year ago. And that's where I finally got it together. And I became comfortable wearing simple yet timeless looks. Now we're back in California where I have a simple wardrobe and it works for me. It's filled with tons of neutrals, blacks, whites, caramel, denim, and lots of pops of, well, I wouldn't say lots, but a few pops of green and pink. So my style doesn't have to work for you though, and that's what's so awesome about it. Everyone's style is personal. It really is what fits you best. But when I look back, I see now that this simplified style has always been my personal style. In junior high, no joke, I wore colored Guess shorts, a black or white t-shirt, white socks, pulled up high up to my calves, and black Vans. Every day. Seriously, every day. I grew up in Southern California, remember, so I could get away with that. And when it was cold, I would just wear a hooded zip-up sweatshirt. Now, I will not claim that this was stylish, and I look back at those pictures and I giggle to myself a little bit, but it was my own personal fashion. It was what worked for me. I loved it, and that is what mattered. It's so funny to me, actually, that I've tried to fit into so many different molds for so long in my life when all I needed to do was look at an old photo album. And while looking at your past could help you figure out your personal style if you're struggling there, we're going to start with an even easier trick. Have you ever tried to live with a capsule wardrobe before? If you have, you've probably heard of the 333 project or the 333 project. That method involves choosing 33 items for your capsule that you change out every 3 months. Now, this was my first way I was introduced to capsule wardrobes, but having to change out clothing every 3 months is just too much for me. Even when I lived in the colder climates of Denver, Chicago, and Munich, I just don't like separating my things out by season and storing them away. Instead, I like to layer, and I have found that the layering approach works very well, regardless of the climate I live in. For the colder climates, I just add an additional top layer, like a really warm coat when I go outside, or layer the tops on top of each other. So if I don't have to separate my clothes into a capsule, what do? Well, I use modules. But what is a module? Well, a module is made up of 6 items of clothing. It's 2 bottoms, 3 tops, and then 1 top layer. Now, all of the items in a module should be able to mix and match. And each module creates 12 outfits. So that's great, right? 6 pieces, 12 outfits. But modules get really amazing when you put 2 of them together and you make sure all of those pieces mix and match. Now, when you do this, the magic begins, and you can make over 70 outfits from just 24 pieces. Don't believe me? Well, I created a French-inspired capsule wardrobe with 2 modules, and it has over 72 outfits styled, all based on these 12 pieces. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the show notes, but you can get it at littlegreenbow.com/French capsule. Okay, so let's start putting your capsules together. Today, I will walk you through creating a full wardrobe with 2 coordinating modules. But remember, the possibilities here are endless. So, do you work out of the home part-time? Well, you can create a module for your office and you'll have 12 outfits from only 6 pieces. Your modules can coordinate or they can be standalone. So are you beginning to see how the minimalist mindset of less stuff but higher quality can pay off for you here? You do not need a lot of clothes to be stylish or to have several different outfits. So let's start with your inspiration piece, okay? I like to start with one item that you absolutely love and that it makes you feel amazing. And this is your inspiration piece.
I'm Margaret.
And I'm Amy.
And together we host the podcast, What Fresh Hell? Laughing in the Face of Motherhood.
Margaret, I would say you're sort of a where are my keys kind of mom.
Correct. Sometimes a where are my kids kind of mom. Well, you're, Amy, more of a we were supposed to leave 35 seconds ago, mom.
I mean, touche. In each episode of What Fresh Hell, we come at a topic from our usually completely opposite perspectives. I bring the research.
And I bring kind of the gimlet eye. Like, is that research really going to work, people?
And almost 10 million downloads later, we're still laughing.
We also talk to experts in the parenting field, plus parents with stories we can all learn from.
We make each other laugh, we challenge each other's assumptions, and we have what we think is the best parenting community on the internet.
Check out What Fresh Hell? Laughing in the Face of Motherhood wherever you listen to podcasts.
Now, this could be a signature top with a great pattern, a bold colored dress, a certain style that works for you like boho, preppy, or vintage. Now, whatever it is, you just need to choose the one piece that you want to form your wardrobe around. Once you have that one piece, everything else will fall into place. Seriously, it's almost like magic. So for the sake of this example, let's say that your inspiration piece is a shirt with a great floral pattern on it. Now this means it also comes with our color palette to choose from. Using that one inspiration piece, we will work through our module from the bottom up. So each module has 2 bottoms. So if we're combining 2 modules, then we need 4 bottoms. These can be pants, skirts, shorts, or dresses. Since it's February when I'm recording this, let's use the weather to help us and use 2 pairs of pants, 1 skirt, and 1 dress. In the end, I'll recommend a pair of tights to go along with these, but I don't count those as one of our 12 pieces. So to break this down, our 2 pants could probably be a pair of nice dark denim jeans and then a pair of black pants. Something that's casual enough if you're looking for a more casual module, or something that can be dressed up as well if you need something that's a little dressier. Then your skirt, depending on your climate, could either be a short skirt, it could be a long skirt. It really depends on you. I actually don't wear skirts very much, so for me this would be a 3rd pair of pants and then a dress. I really do think having 1 dress in your module is a great option, and it keeps it very versatile. So then once you have your 4 bottoms, you'll go ahead and pick your 6 tops, because there are 3 tops in each module. Now, of course, we already have our inspiration piece, and for our example, it was a floral top, so that's one of our 6. Then I would fill that out with something like a white t-shirt, maybe a black 3/4 sleeve shirt, a striped sweater, a chambray button-up would be great, and then a shirt that coordinates with the color of our inspiration shirt. Let's say there were yellow flowers in the shirt or red flowers in the shirt. Maybe I'd pick a shirt that also went along with that color pattern. Then finally, we end with 2 top layers, because each module has 1 top layer. And these pieces need to mix and match with all of the others in order to create the 72 looks. So top layers that I have found to be very versatile are things like a black blazer, or maybe a cardigan in a coordinating color, something that you can put on top of all of the 6 tops that you've selected, on top of your dress, goes with your skirt, and goes with the pants you've chosen. All right? Now for cold climates, you're going to go ahead and add a heavy coat as a bonus. Now this is not included in the modules, but it's totally necessary. You won't wear it inside, and so that's why I do not include it. Okay, so that's it. Those are the 12 pieces, and they are the base for your Minimalist Capsule wardrobe. In addition to these 12 pieces, you will need shoes and accessories. So a couple of scarves and maybe a few key jewelry pieces. And then back to those colder climates, you'll want to add a pair of thick tights here. So for shoes, I recommend a pair of boots, a pair of street shoes, and a pair of flats. Those 3 shoes should cover you for almost any and every social situation that you will encounter 99% of the time. Now, scarves can be either decorative or functional based on where you live and how cold it gets, and then your jewelry is up to you. Now, I know that this wardrobe works. I have lived through an entire year in Europe with only 1 suitcase. It was blazing hot in the summer and super cold and wet in the winter. And in order for this to take you through the whole year, you can just add a 3rd module of just summer clothes. Your 2 bottoms could be a pair of shorts and a denim skirt, 3 tops could be tank tops or short sleeve shirts, and your top layer could be a linen button-up. Now that is almost identical to what I traveled with for the summer. Adding that to your items above would double your wardrobe again and be versatile all year round. Now, if this is getting a little confusing, don't forget that you can see an example of how 2 coordinating modules work together on my website at littlegreenbow.com/French capsule. Now, honestly, the hardest part is choosing your inspiration piece. From there, the other 11 items, they come together so easily. And then you just have to try it out. So to recap, you will have 4 bottoms. You will have 6 tops, and you will have 2 top layers. The trick here is to start with that inspiration piece, and then make sure all of the 11 other items coordinate with that piece. You can layer the tops with each other. You can layer them with the 2 top layers, and then you will start to get so many outfits out of this. So for example, our first pair of bottoms that we talked about were dark jeans. Then we had our inspiration piece shirt. That right there is 1 outfit. When you add the black blazer on top of that, that creates outfit number 2. You would go ahead and do that then for all of the pieces, and that's how you start to get to the 72 looks for your wardrobe. The dress is where it can really start to get interesting because you can layer that into some other pieces, you can wear it standalone, and then sometimes that can get really fun and just give you a little bit creativity there. All right, and if you try this out, I would love to hear about it. Really, hop on over to my free Wannabe Minimalist Facebook group and share your one inspiration piece for your Minimalist Capsule wardrobe. I can't wait to hear from you and to help encourage you on your journey toward less stuff, more happiness, and an awesome closet. So jump on over to the Facebook group and let me know about your style. Share it with us. I can't wait to see how you can inspire me and the other members of the group. And honestly, living with this capsule wardrobe has made every day easier for me. I open my closet. I love what I see. All of the pieces in my wardrobe fit me. I feel confident when I wear them. And so now that I have lived with a capsule wardrobe and using these modules, I will never go back. It is so amazing. And I really hope that you try this. And again, it doesn't have to be a permanent solution for you. Pick out your 12 pieces and try living with them for a week or 2 weeks or a month and see what you think. And then you can always switch them out. And I just really encourage you to do it. I think you'll really love how much easier it is to get ready in the morning and how much time it gives you back and just how much mental energy it saves you every day. All right, so if you are interested, please jump over to the Wannabe Minimalist Facebook group and let me know about how you're trying this in your own life. It's a totally free group, and it's one of my favorite ways to connect with everybody listening to this podcast. I want to meet you there, and I want to hear about your journey, and learning from all of you is one of my favorite things, so I really hope to see you there. Again, it's the Wannabe Minimalist Facebook group, and I'll be sure to leave a link in the show notes to make it even easier for you to find us. And one last thing, if you like this episode, I would love it if you would subscribe and leave a comment or rating so others can find the show too. It makes my day to hear from you all, and so thank you for those of you who have already subscribed and for those of you who have left me comments. They fill my heart with joy, and you guys really are the best. And that wraps up today's episode for how to create a minimalist capsule wardrobe quickly and easily. And I hope to see you again here next week. Cheers.